Welcome. Today we're going to talk about how to find your purpose. What exactly does that mean? I'm going to give you guys a ton of applicable tools to really help you do that. So before I dive into the video, I wrote a 52-page document that outlines how to discover your purpose. It's accompanied by this video. So if you'd like that document, I can send you it. Simply comment purpose below. So let's begin by defining what is purpose. This is a highly misunderstood word. And it's very, very often that we look towards something external when we think about purpose, such as a career, or ultimately the question is, what do I do? What do I need to do? And there's this subconscious notion that an external thing is going to fulfill my inner need or my inner longing for internal purpose. Now, this is backwards. Your purpose is not an external thing. It is actually who you are as a person and as a being. Your purpose is encoded within you. And as you begin to actualize that, which I'm going to share later in this video, all of the external choices, building the business, all the doing externally becomes a lot easier because you become in alignment with who you are as a being and as a person. And I call this the movement of purpose. The first part is understanding and establishing very firmly who you are, what you stand for, what I call the 7 key areas of purpose. Living your purpose means you keep evolving into a greater version of yourself. Discover your inner truth and make a positive impact on the world, honoring who you are as a human being, your unique template, but also your collective role as well. Now, there are 7 key areas that you really want to focus in on, and this creates what I call your inner axis. Those 7 key areas are your beliefs, your paradigms of how you view yourself in the world, your values, what do you stand for, your gifts, what do you bring to the table? It's likely you're not fully embodying these yet. Your shadows, what are the darker tendencies in you? Your needs, what do you need in this world to feel fulfilled? Your wants, what do you want to do or attain? This is different than your needs. And finally, your morals, your inner code of what is right and wrong. Now remember, comment purpose below and I'll send you the document that's going to really help give you step-by-step instructions about how to discover what those 7 key areas are for you specifically. Now, there's 2 fundamental ways that you can identify these 7 key areas. The first is psychological insight or psychological analysis. Now, I'm a big fan of Jungian archetypes. This is a great way to understand yourself. I'm going to make a video on this later. Another way is to ask yourself and go into deep reflection, asking yourself questions that will help you realize what it is that you do stand for. For example, questions for your values are, what qualities or virtues do I admire and respect in others? If I had all the resources and freedom in the world, how would I choose to spend my time and energy? What do I prioritize when making important decisions? And what values do these priorities reflect? What do I consider as markers of success and fulfillment in my life beyond external validation or societal expectations? So what you can do is you can sit and write down and go through those questions. I've listed about 50 of them in that document. So go through those questions. You can self-reflect and then begin to really establish firmly, I stand for this. I believe in this. I stand for this. Now, the major issue nowadays is that people are getting conditioned to stand for an ideology. This is not about ideologies. This is actually the issue with ideologies, is because you have to enter into what we call psychologically groupthink. And whenever you enter into a groupthink type of hive mindset, you have to sacrifice part of yourself in order to participate within it. So this is not about ideologies. This is about very, very core elements of being. For example, values could be honesty, family, integrity, honor, respect, balance, fairness. You can have the gifts of simplicity, diplomacy, initiation, initiative, resourcefulness. Some of your shadows could be conflict, agitation, selfishness, jealousy, needs, harmonious environments, emotional connection, financial security. Now, those are just some practical examples, but it's going to differ. The whole thing's going to differ depending upon the person, depending upon who you are. Now, another thing I'd like to share, and I find this to be very fascinating, and I use it in a lot of my work, is that your shadows are interlinked with your gifts. They're on the same spectrum. So what is a shadow? It's what we participate in when we're subconsciously engaging in fear or anger, or we're feeling like our needs are not being met. we participate in what we call the shadow. Now, on the other side of the shadow is your gifts. Now, this is the part that I'm fascinated about, is that they're on the same spectrum. So I'll give you an example, the shadow of agitation. Now, this is something I experience in myself, so I'll use it. So I have the experience within myself of feeling agitated. So agitated in my body, could be my mind. And what I know is that the gift of agitation is initiative. So what that means is when you have this shadow gift dynamic of agitation and initiative, the purpose is to recognize when you're feeling the agitation and direct that agitation into initiative, whether that's starting a creative project or just channeling the energy into something that's productive and healthy. And what you can do is with time, you can become very, very adept and really, really great at that gift. And that's the higher expression of the shadow. So I'm looking forward to making more videos about the shadow gift dynamic, but I wanted to put that example in there for you. The second way to identify your inner compass and who you are and really what you stand for, all of these different things, the 7 key areas, is by using astrology. Now, I wouldn't promote something that I haven't used and studied extensively and that hasn't helped me. And astrology has done just that. It's transformed my life. It's helped me understand myself so much better, my family, my friends, my partner, my clients. So in that document, I outline exactly step by step what you can do to start diving into the nuances of astrology, not just your sun sign, but the deeper areas. Just step by step walkthrough. Again, just comment purpose below. I'll send you over that document. And then you can use that to start getting a greater idea of, again, what it is that you stand for, your values, your morals, etc. As you begin to put all of this together, your inner axis starts to be created, and what life becomes is trying to always be in alignment with this inner axis, always trying to be in alignment with your true nature, and that's what actually brings purpose to life. Because instead of going through life and asking yourself, what do I need to do? We ask ourselves, how do I stay in alignment with who I really am and what it is that I stand for? So then when you get faced with dilemmas or conflicts, you have a really, really wonderful barometer and place to align yourself, because you start asking, well, does this align with my values? How do I comport myself in the situation to honor who I am and what I stand for? And again, this brings purpose and meaning to your decision making, because it is all about aligning with this inner compass. And the ancients, and really before 1950, this has been well known, but it's been purged out of our society due to social conditioning. Now, this is a whole nother conversation, but it doesn't matter. What does matter is that each human being, just as all the mythological stories tell, we have to go on that journey of know thyself. We have to establish it very firmly. Life is always going to give us conflict. It's always going to give us challenges. In order for us to face that with purpose and meaning and not fall into the depths of meaninglessness, we have to really firmly establish and know who we are at a very deep level, and then live through that center. And this is how we live a life of purpose and meaning. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please like and subscribe. And again, if you want that document, type purpose below in the comment section. I'll be happy to get you guys it. I'll see you guys soon.